Welcome back to the Latura podcast. We're going to give a little recap of what we talked about last time and then go into some fun stuff that's upcoming for us here at the Post.
Yeah, this is going to be like our big year two episode, the one we've been
Mm-hmm.
hyping up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, last episode is it the one we had Josh? Or no, it was it the
I don't
racing one.
remember.
I don't even remember which one it was.
I feel like it was with
It
Josh,
was the one with Josh. Yeah.
right?
Are you checking?
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
with Josh.
this was Josh. Okay. You got to meet Josh. He told me
Mm-hmm.
he re-listened to it. He's like, he could definitely tell I was a newbie in the beginning. I'm like, I think you did great.
Yeah, he did great. He's not a newbie to like the topics that we talked about or anything, so
Right. Yeah. I think it's just that warm-up period of like,
yeah.
oh, I'm being recorded.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, he had fun. He'll be back on.
Yeah, good.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And what's all happened this last week? Oh, the August issue is in the mail on its way to
Mm-hmm.
you, which is I don't know, I'm really stoked about this one. So
Yeah.
excited.
It's it's such a good segue from like our first year to our second year. Like it really
Hmm.
does carry us from one to the other, I'd say.
Yep.
And it's beautiful.
Hmm. Really proud of it. Very proud of it. And the writing in it is I just love the topics we dove into
Mm-hmm.
and such. So yeah, it's a good one. I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited. Uh, and the La Tourette issue two. So yeah, super
Yeah.
exciting. So hopefully you guys will start receiving those like this week or the next. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And then we start talking about year two.
Mm-hmm. How much do you want to share? This is always
Mm.
like because obviously everything we share here is about the post,
Hmm.
but like to understand what is in the post, we really, I mean, you just have to hold it. But
Hmm.
we'll still talk about it. We'll talk about what we're doing with year two and
Yeah.
why we think it's so
Yeah. We won't divulge
special.
everything.
Yeah.
For sure. Because we want to leave some things up to your own interpretation. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, we'll get into it. But yeah.
Do you want to talk about some of maybe not like the themes, but we could even just talk about article titles and like there's many different ways that they could be taken,
Mhm.
probably.
Well,
Um,
okay, actually, I think first we should get into um what our mindset was as we started talking about year two
okay, okay. Yeah.
to
I'll,
help people understand like
yeah.
what were we thinking? Like, I guess, I mean, we felt like why did we feel like anything even needed to be
Yep.
changed?
Good point. Yeah, let's talk about that.
And um and I think as we've said over and over and over again, our first year was just a lot of like self-discovery, learning ourselves and what we wanted, and the change from issue 1 to issue 12. I mean, there's a change. And not just in the type of content, but in our skill and just the depth and breadth of the content, I would say. Um, we're just honing in as a team. And with that, we didn't like I feel like our first year was heavily focused on seasonal themes.
Hmm.
Um, which we love. We did that for a reason. But if we did that again, we did not want it to start feeling repetitive. We want you as a subscriber each year to feel, we don't want it to feel redundant. We want you to get something new out of it each year. So there was that. That was the big thing. Even like I know talking to Renee, she's like, I need somewhat of a direction to know how to take my articles, her articles, um, with them being like the kind of the tone setter of each issue. So we pretty quickly were like, I think we need to set some sort of like theme for the year.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, had a number of discussions about that, and we did land on something, and we're not telling you.
Yeah.
To me, it feels very grounding, like very have something to kind of like guide us through the year, I think is really, really helpful. But we kind of want you to figure out what the theme is as the
Mm-hmm.
reader. See if you can pick up on it, see how many issues it takes you to pick up on it.
Mm-hmm. And we wanted it to have layers, and so we felt like if we named the theme too fast or too early, it could almost put us more in a box than we wanted it to be because we still wanted it to have room to breathe. Like,
Hmm.
so we didn't even really tell the team right off the bat,
Mm-mm.
right? Like we said this is like the vibe we're going for, and we gave some ideas, but I don't think we
I
were
think
like
our like
super
team,
clear.
I think our team does, like the seven of us knows.
Yeah.
But I don't even think our recurring writers have necessarily
Mm-hmm.
been told what like the overall theme is. They know like what inspiration we're pulling from for each issue, so they also could probably put it together if they wanted
Mm-hmm.
to. But yeah, you as the reader, we're gonna let you see if you can figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think you guys are smart. I think you could figure it out.
Yeah. And yeah, it's not hard by any means, I
No.
don't think. But it was a guidepost for us
Hmm.
and for the readers as well. And it'll probably only really be seen after months,
Hmm.
I'd say,
Yeah.
because it's one theme for the year.
Hmm. And then the
So,
sub themes. Like each
yeah.
issue has its, these are the threads that we're pulling on and weaving together for each of these issues. And yeah, but they all fit underneath the main theme. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
So,
the main thing we're not divulging,
yeah.
which is the biggest thing, but
Yeah. Yeah. But the very first issue of year two will be September's.
Mhm.
So next month, is it already printed? No.
No, it's
Okay. So
printing
it's,
next week, I believe.
yeah, but it's done
Yeah, as we're
most of
recording,
it.
we're in our final proofreading round of it.
Hmm. And it looks awesome.
Hmm.
It's fresh, like it's not something that looks like we've done. Like you
It
said, it
feels a
was a
little different.
new, yeah. Um, it was a new creative challenge a little bit for
Hmm.
you, and I love how it turned out. Do you want to talk about putting it together?
I think I want each issue to feel connected to the theme it's under. And so I just like layout. Um, I taught myself we use InDesign for our layout, and I knew next to nothing getting into it when we first started. And I've learned so much. It's been a very fun challenge for me. And I am feeling like my skills and my understanding of it growing. Like each issue I go to put together, I know what I'm doing a little bit better. And I'm like, okay, I kind of want to push what I can do. I want to see, not just do the same thing every time, but kind of think through things differently. And it also just felt really fitting for what our issue, the September issue is, for it to be, I don't know, kind of its own vibe. So yeah, I it was a very fun one to put together. I'll say that.
Hmm. Yeah, and it's like I already said, it's just a little bit different, and
Hmm.
it is so fun. It's different, yet it feels like the perfect extension of everything we've already done. Like it's
Yes,
not,
it's familiar
yeah,
in
it's
terms of things.
familiar. That's
Yeah.
a good word. I like that word. Which I think is so fun after a year to have a whole stack of papers in hand and they just feel so, yeah, familiar. Like,
Which, oh my goodness, everyone, if you're watching the recording, look at
yeah,
our wall.
one
We're
whole
1 year
year.
in, got them all hung.
Yeah,
So,
crazy.
big
That is
deal.
crazy to think about. Like, oh my gosh, a year of papers.
Hmm.
That's a lot of words written,
Hmm.
a lot of ink printed,
Hmm.
and just that's so, yeah. We kept saying, like, oh my gosh, I can't wait until we have the stack of the 12. Can't wait, can't wait. And now we do.
Hmm.
Because I just got my August in the
Yeah,
mail. And so I have the full stack. It's so fun.
it's so fun. It's very good. I, okay, oh my goodness, back to layout. I, my husband and I went on our anniversary trip week day, our anniversary day back in June. And we both like love old books. And I mean, if you listen to last episode, you know our vibe. But we went into like an old bookstore and one of the ones where it's just like piles everywhere. Like I went to the bathroom and there were piles of books in the
Hmm.
bathroom. So like that's the vibe of the bookstore. We walk in and I like turn the corner and I just like pick a random stack to look at. The first book I grabbed was a book about newspaper layout from like the early 1900s. And I was like, oh, what is this? And Josh said, you have to buy that. That's like the most niche thing you could have picked up. So I got that book and I've been slowly like perusing it. And it's been actually giving me a lot of inspiration for our year two stuff. So it's been kind of a fun thing
Yeah.
to do it like in a book form and not just like Googling things and such.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that is so
yeah.
funny. Kids meant just meant to you were meant to walk in there that day. That's so
That's
funny.
it.
Yeah.
I got that and I got a bunch of art books per Kaylin's her episode talking about finding old used art books just to find inspiration from and
Yeah.
I grabbed a bunch. So that's where I've been drawing my inspiration lately for issues.
Did
Um
you, when you were flipping through the newspaper book, could you see like threads of what you've already done for the Laturo post? Or was it like really different? Were you surprised by things?
I could tell I think I had sent, I wonder if I can find it. I had sent like a quote to you guys to the team.
Mm-hmm.
I want to find this. Because I read the first like little bit and it was just talking about books themselves and oh, I have it right here. Um, newspapers and like what makes a good newspaper versus a bad newspaper. Because obviously in the early 1900s, newspapers were like, I mean, that was like the way to receive information. I'm just gonna read this because I just thought it was great. Okay, in my judgment, good taste and good form speak as well for a newspaper as for a man. Nothing pays a man better than fine character and an outward appearance that befits that character. Nothing pays better in the newspaper business than worth and character. Make your appeal to the best people and deserve their confidence and support, and you will be a sure winner. Be a gentleman among newspapers. But to be recognized as a gentleman, one must really be a gentleman and dress like a gentleman, which your paper does not.
I like that.
I just thought that was
Yeah.
great.
Mm-hmm.
And that's obviously like hits on some things we've talked about in episodes and just like
Mm-hmm.
what our goal is with the paper. And I just loved reading that from someone 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Um, it was just like a fun connecting point across time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, the book really like it goes through a lot of there's like really practical like layout things. Like here's these kind of headlines for these kinds of topics. Here's some font combination ideas. These fonts are really easy to read as headlines. These ones are really easy to read as text. Um, so a lot of stuff like that. That's kind of up to the point I've gotten in it. And you can tell a lot of it is made for like when you're piling information on a page, how to make
Mm-hmm.
it like
Look good.
look good and be able to read it. Because you like look at some examples they have in there. I'm like, oh my word, they had to fit so much information on one page. So that's obviously not something that we're doing. And so that would say that's where like kind of the difference with the book is. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it is
But we
just
also
fun.
do, we have ran into that of like, how do you make sure that this text belongs with this article and that text, like
Yes.
how to like separate things.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
we've ran into that a little bit.
Yeah.
But,
And that's been a huge part like of as I've learned layout, making things easily readable for the reader, which we have moved towards a lot more like long form content, which in one sense it the layout strategy just changes. I mean, it's still
hmm
complex and it's still like a puzzle you have to fit together, but it's also easier to kind of keep it in its like portion of the paper because it fills a larger portion.
hmm
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So
And August is probably our most
wordy.
wordy
Yeah,
long
definitely.
form. Yeah.
And I
And it
would say
looks really good.
that's probably just what our year two is going to look more like. It's going to be a
Hmm
bit wordier, um, less little bips and bops. a few things that we
Hmm.
think will still continue to serve you, but I think we've also kind of said like if it's something you can find on Google really easily, then let's maybe not do it
Hmm. Hmm.
relatively. I know I
Yep.
remember you saying that.
Hmm. Yeah. It's, yeah, I love it. It's
Yeah.
August is great. And I'm excited to see, yeah, just where it keeps going.
Well, there's also the La Tourette second issue is also going out, which I just love how it pairs alongside the Post's issue. It just is so just makes me feel things. I
Hmm.
love it.
Yeah.
Uh, because yeah, August's main themes for the Post are architecture, fire, and folklore. And the La Tourettes are fire, folklore, and stars, which when you see the issues together, you'll understand why stars came in because there is some nods at stars in the Post issue, but it's just so fun to see how it came together. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. The, I think the August Slatterette is maybe one of my favorite, like, issues
All of
out of
them.
all of them. Like, it's just all the art, everything just really, really meshed.
Hmm.
And I think if I was a little kid, I would be all over it.
Hmm.
Because I loved reading. I loved
Hmm.
like connecting the dots, especially like how does this connect to this? Even if it feels like there's not a connection, like there is. And I always loved that. I still love that. And I think this issue is one of those that is
Yeah.
works that like logical side of your brain.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun starting to hear feedback from La Tourette readers, now that the first issue is out there, because I've received comments from parents of like 4-year-olds and their kid just loves it. But then I've also had some like preteen age, a number, I would say probably like a dozen preteen age mothers or the teen themselves telling me how much they loved it because I sent some to some of my own acquaintances and then just even hearing from you guys like it's just fun to see the like I felt like it would suit the range of readers and seeing that it is really fun.
Hmm. My favorite thing is the photos of like a mom and daughter sitting down to read it together. You know,
Mhm.
the Latour post and the La
Yes.
Tourette. We've had a couple people share that on Instagram, and I'm like,
Oh,
it's adorable.
that's what makes our hearts like, yeah,
Yes.
this is why we're
Yeah.
doing this.
And to just like be able to sit and be with someone, but like your mind is still working and don't always have to chat, like just to have something that you can both physically be doing in the same
Hmm.
space, I think is special.
Hmm. And I just think that it's like you're reading about a topic over here, they're reading about the similar topic, but like in a completely different subtopic, and like you can come
Hmm.
together and be like, oh, what did you learn about water? Oh, what did you learn about water? And then like it just opens up such fun opportunities for conversation, I think.
Hmm.
Um, and encouraging each other to view things in a different light than you maybe did before. And it's so great. It's so fun.
Yeah. And so the Latourette is following our post year two themes. They're going to be very, very closely connected,
Hmm.
um, which again just made it really fun and easy for the team to tie things together. And even like, yeah, as we're working on them, we get to delve into two sides of
Yeah.
a thing. Or
Hmm.
I don't know, I learned things as I was writing. Just because like you might know like the high level stuff or even
Yeah.
like, just like mid-level stuff. But to just go back to the basics is
Hmm.
so fun because you forget some things or you're like, oh yeah, that is how that works. And like those very basic things are kind of what make it magical. Like
Hmm.
when you know all the ins and outs, you're like, okay, this is just science or it's just physics or whatever. But then you like go back and I'm like, oh, this is actually kind of magic. I think that's what
Yeah.
the Lottered is like
Yeah.
the magical part of
I
it.
think we've had a few people comment like, "Can I get this for myself?" I'm like, "Yeah, get it for yourself." I
Hmm.
have been filling out my own July Law issue. Um, because they're so fun. So,
Hmm.
yeah. that little tangent, an important one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's good. Um, okay, so then I think also then we need to talk about what some changes you might see in year two are. Like what
Yeah.
things will be in it, maybe like what will be new and what will be like taken out, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you want to, yeah. So do you want to start on that? What are some things that will be a change practically within the paper?
So I think probably one of the new like the fun thing is after a year of hearing people's feedback and just experiencing mailing for ourselves, we have decided that we are going to begin printing a cover, a protective cover for each paper. It'll just be like one of the spreads. It'll be like a book, it'll be over your paper and then you can just take that off. And then you have your paper, but then your mailing label won't be on the front page. And hopefully that will help protect some of the like scuff marks and stuff from the sorting machines. So that will be new and that'll start with the October issue is the plan. So that won't start like right away, but the October issue.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be that. That's a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna the I'm even trying to remember what all of them are.
The like within the paper, we're making changes
Yeah.
to the
Some of our
community
columns. Yeah.
section and the matriarchs,
Yes.
some of
Community and
that.
matriarch. The let's do matriarch first because that one's a little simpler. We obviously you've heard us talk about the matriarch column, and we feel very, very fondly of that. It has just become there has been a lot of work involved in trying to get people lined up to do it and like the right person lining up. It's not like gone necessarily. Like if we find the right person and they fit an issue, we're going to interview them and there's going to be that. But it's not necessarily going to be in every single issue. And we want to actively find ways to engage with our matriarchs and elders in other formats. Like we may have a guest writer who's 60, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're interviewing them in the style we were, but they're still a part of the issue. Things like that. So
Yep.
we're not like we'll see how that kind of all pans out. But we decided like let's not put pressure on this and like, force it to happen because if it feels like we're forcing to make something happen, like I don't know if it's going to be actually what's best serving to you as the reader.
Mm-hmm. And we still might, like, we've done a couple matriarch columns where we've just taken a spin on it and
Mhm.
had someone just write about the theme of matriarch or,
September's issue, for example.
yeah.
Yep. September's issue, we don't have a matriarch we interviewed, but we did have someone come in and talk about how a matriarch figure impacted their life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's written by a young woman, but it's a testament to what a matriarchal figure can do in someone's life.
Yeah.
So also just feels super important.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, some things like that.
Yep. And still, like, such an important topic. And like you said, you just don't want to force it. Like, that is something that we definitely don't want to force because it is so important
Yep.
that it could be watered down if
Yep.
we forced it. So,
Yep. So yeah, if you like yourself have a matriarchal figure in your life that you think does deserve to be interviewed or is an actual writer, we'd love to chat with them. Like it's still an open thing. So yeah, that's that update. The other
hmm.
update is the community pages, which I've actually had an idea. So we're gonna be talking in real time. So we've landed on I think there needs to be a change with the community page. We haven't necessarily landed on what that will be yet. We That's what I'll say with it. I mean, part of it is just like logistically.
Hmm.
Uh, we felt like the protective cover would really serve you guys as the reader, and we couldn't financially do both the cover and the insert. Um, and so we made the call to take out the insert beginning with the September issue. So obviously not like an easy call necessarily. I mean, there's definitely pros and cons to the decision. It's just like ultimately what we felt was best. And so like obviously on our insert was the classifieds, the community page, and the puzzles. And the classifieds, if we get a classified, it will just go in the paper itself. And I mean, we're probably never going to have more than one or two. So that should be pretty easy to just kind of put on like the last page. And then the puzzles, you'll see an adjustment there. Right now we're looking at just doing a crossword, but we're looking at doing it more in like the New York Times style crossword, which if you've done one, you know there's a lot more like crossover. They're like in a square
Grid.
format, in a grid, and they're pretty. They're a little more
Intense.
challenging. They're more
Hmm.
intense. So we think you can just chip away on that throughout the month. If there's room, we'll maybe throw in the Sudoku, but that's probably what our puzzles will be. And then the community page. Yeah, so we've been kind of what do we want to do instead? Because we do really, really value the work of our readers. And we have I have a pile of submissions for our fall issues that people have sent in, and now we're like, well, we're not going to do a community page. So now I'm like, oh, um, because it means a lot that you guys have shared your work with us. So, I don't know, what have been some of the ideas we've thrown around?
Having one guest writer, if like we had a submission that really fit and helped them develop it out into a full-fledged article, talked about that. If we have space, because sometimes we won't or just don't. And we've talked about having it be part of our Substack. Pros and cons there.
Hmm.
Um, what else have we thrown out?
Just like a carousel post on our Instagram
Yep.
highlighting some of our readers. So that'd be more like photographs and poetry and like short form things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I think again, this is a real life com we haven't talked about this in a while.
Yeah.
And so this is like a real time conversation if you're listening.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I think for me, why I've loved the community so much is it it's kept people engaged and it gives I mean like our team ourselves, we started out being like, I want to do something like this. Let's figure it out. Let's challenge ourselves to become better and to become really good and and like
Mm-hmm.
I basically created that for myself in the newspaper and then brought on people to do it with me. And so I know there's so many moms and so many individuals who are sitting at home with skills to write or just do anything creative. And a lot of people just don't know where to go and where to put that. And social media doesn't feel like the place. And so that's like what our community page has become for them. And I appreciate that. And I like want to help them grow. Also like we have a capacity as because we're just humans. So we're, like
Mm-hmm.
we can only help so many people become better at their craft. And so it's just trying to find the balance of like how do we continue to honor that and like have that be a part of the post while also doing what's best for us, you know?
Yeah, and we've already talked about this being a publication and not a platform, and
Mhm.
that just is part of it. You can go
Yeah.
back and listen to that episode. I think it's
Hmm.
a good one, and also share some of our mindset behind like what goes into the paper.
Hmm. And I think that's where I struggle. I'm really bad at saying no. And part of it is because like I'm the one reading the messages most of the time. And I'm like seeing like share your submission and then you'll share with me the backstory of it, your heart behind it, and I see how personal that is and important that is, and I'm like, Like, I don't want to dishonor that in any way, but also like I want to maintain a really high level of content for our readers. And so, and like as we've talked about, just saying yes to everything isn't actually the most beneficial to the person. Like that's not what's going to make them the best writer they could be.
Right.
Um, and so we if you are someone who's like listening and you've wanted to write for us, you have submitted and you want to continue to submit and you have big aspirations for yourself, like we hope that the things we're doing will help push you to be the best you can be. And if that's us saying no to a number of things, and then you have to try harder, and then you submit something and we really like it, and then we help you continue to develop it, maybe that's what's actually most beneficial for everyone involved.
Or if we can give you any push to go start your own
Hmm.
Substack, your own newsletter, like that's what we did. I mean,
Hmm.
we will root you on
Yeah.
100% of the way. And I think as we just get more into it, it's like, no, we instead of like giving people a platform, we would rather empower them to
Hmm.
go
Yeah.
do your thing, like go put it out there. Don't be afraid to put it out there. Whether it is a printed newsletter that you actually send out or a Substack or
Hmm.
whatever, a blog. Um, we are all in the same boat.
Yeah.
That's what we did. Like we
Well,
just
yeah, because
started.
that's such a good point. Is it's like I wanted something for myself and I made it happen. And it's been the greatest joy. I mean, it's been wonderful. And so
Hmm
it's like I think if we could just encourage people that you are capable of like
hmm
setting out and doing something and you
Anything.
might fail. You might fail. Um, I would even dare to say we have failed and we've picked it up and kept going and tried to make it better. And that's just like
hmm
what you have to do. And it's like really vulnerable and a very hard thing to do. Like this last year, I've felt more vulnerable and like held wide
hmm
open than I like ever have. I'm like, oh, people are like watching what I'm doing. Like this newspaper genuinely feels like an extension of myself. Like it feels very, very, very personal to me. And so, yeah, that's like I'm taking the risk and it's paying off. I mean, it's been very good for me. And
hmm
so like if we can encourage other people to do that, like you said. I know we have had a couple, I think two or three individuals who have mailed to our PO box their own little like monthly newsletter thing.
hmm
That they themselves, oh, I actually have one right here. I haven't written, I need to write her back. I'm just gonna give her a shout out. She it's like a little
That's
book thing.
adorable.
And the whole thing is handwritten.
Oh my goodness, that's really cute.
She's making it happen.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's sword and song. Sword and a song.
Wow, that's so
A letter,
cute.
not a magazine.
Oh,
It's so cute. And so I'm just saying like it mailed in a thing and yeah, so I'm like I need to write her back. If you're listening, I'll write you back.
hmm
But like there's people like you can do something. And it doesn't
Yep.
matter if you're reaching 10,000 people, 1,000 people, or 50 people. Like I feel like we're so I have to tell myself this all the time. It's like you think to be successful you have to reach millions, and that's just not true.
Right. I feel like a lot of success is finding where it's enough for you and being okay at that point and not
Hmm.
pushing past that point.
Hmm.
I mean, it's the same thing like pushing anything, forcing anything
Hmm.
is when it is not satisfactory anymore.
Hmm.
I think, okay, going back to the community pages, like
Hmm.
I know a big thing for that too is like people really like the community aspect. Like
Yeah.
we've had a lot of people say like we want to be part of your team as well. And like that is endearing and we genuinely enjoy that. And also there's nothing stopping you from finding other like-minded people that want to do something and making it happen. Like
Hmm.
I feel like there's also a sweet spot with groups and we've hit it.
Hmm.
we've gone over it.
Hmm.
Like finding that sweet spot with a group that can work together, it's not 50 plus. It's not like the bigger it gets, the harder it gets.
Yep.
Um, and so like if you desire that group of women to work on something with, there's probably some within your own community already. Like Christine, we are a team of your friends.
Hmm.
We were all in your life before this started. And that is the difference between thinking you want to be in that group or whatever and
Hmm.
just going out and making your own where with
Yeah.
people that you already know and love.
Yep.
Um, it changes it
Yeah.
a lot.
Hmm. And when you like have the initiative to go out and do something, like you have the thought in your head and you go and actually do it, there's just so much payoff. Even if it doesn't go the way you thought it would, even if it fails, it's like what did you learn in the process? You probably learned so much about yourself rather than if you had just like tagged on to what someone else was doing.
Hmm.
And sometimes there are opportunities where you join something or someone and it makes sense. And so it's not like we're saying no to that ever because I'm sure
Hmm.
there will be a point in time where we're like, "Hey, we need to hire someone." Like it might happen, you know. And so um yeah, but like that's not where we're at now.
Hmm.
And so if you I don't know, we just want you guys truly to like reach your full potential and like do what you can do with your gifts. I mean, Bailey, you just wrote a whole series on it this summer,
Hmm.
about like using your gifts and I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm gonna talk about that for a second because
Do
I feel
it.
like people think that like when you talk about giving in any form, people always kind of they default to money.
Hmm.
And I want my default, and I want the people around me, their default to be like, no, what can I give of myself? My actual gifts, my actual talents, my time, my effort, whatever it might be. Like, I stepped in this year into coaching my high school team here in my community, and I feel like I use my gifts every day. And I am not making like I do a lot of stuff, especially in the summer, where I'm not making a dime off of it. And I'm also not like giving my money or anything to anything, but I get to give my full self to a group of high school girls that I genuinely care about and love. And in turn, they give me so much. Like they give me hard work, they give me effort, they give me all these things, and together we're a team. And like that's what I mean by giving of yourselves.
Yeah.
They could not monetarily give anything to me. They are high school girls. But like the more I pour into them,
Mhm.
the more like they get to experience something as a team that like anyway, it's
Yeah.
just all everyone bringing their best self.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by giving.
Yeah.
Like bring your best
And
self.
that's actually, in my personal reflection example of that too is literally today. So I obviously haven't told you about this, but Claire DeYoung, who was our matriarch in the June issue, she's an elderly lady at my church, and I was talking to her today, and I've been sending her newspapers, and she just came to me today. She's so sweet. She's like, I'm sharing with everyone I know.
Yeah.
But she mentioned it in her column, but she's been working on an autobiography for the last couple of years. She has an incredible life. And she's talked to me about it in the past. And she was bringing it up again today, and she was talking about how she's like, I need to get it published. I want to see it published while I'm still alive, and like I just don't know how to do it or edit it. And I was like, well, it's like I could probably help you.
Yeah.
So I don't we'll see what comes of it. But it was just like a moment where where I was faced with like, I would get nothing out of this
Hmm.
monetarily,
Hmm.
but like, I have the gifts, I have the skills. This is something I've been working on and trying to get better at. I'm like, why wouldn't I?
Hmm.
Like it makes sense. And so, yeah, that literally happened this morning. So
I love that. And it's such a
I've,
beautiful reciprocation of like she helped us, she was our
mhm,
matriarch, and if you could give back in that way or in even just her your friendship to her, I think all of it, like it's all connected. We can't operate in this world always tit for tat. We'll drive ourselves crazy.
mhm. Yeah. So, yeah. I know we've kind of gone on a little rabbit trail, but an important one and something I know I've been thinking about a lot as I've just been pondering through how we want to handle the community page because, yeah, it's the balance of like, I don't want to be, I'm not the only avenue for people to share their things, but I also want to respect what people are sharing. And so trying to find that balance. And I think, I know you had kind of mentioned this earlier, but having like an occasional guest article and or things. But um, I think I've just been thinking through maybe because in the past on our website, we've put what our themes are for upcoming issues. I'm like, maybe we continue to do that, but give like enough of a heads up, like a month or two.
Hmm.
And we let people submit either completed works or just like ideas or concepts they have. Like if they're a writer, like, hey, I think something like this could maybe work or things. And then we the submission deadline would be like way ahead of printing, and then we would basically integrate the community into the paper, but the standard would be like really, really high. And we'd probably only say yes to a thing or two.
Hmm. Hmm.
But then there's still an opportunity if you've been wanting to be published or work with someone who will assist you in like your writing and editing and stuff, like we can still be that, but it just be more realistic for us as a publication. Does that
Hmm.
make sense? What are your thoughts on
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I like it. I I think to see our community actually be integrated into our paper is almost like a fuller version of what we had started with and
Yeah.
feels like a natural like next thing to do. So
Yeah.
I like it. Hmm.
Yeah, because I know we even had a number of people just directly reach out to be like full-on guest writers, people who've been published in magazines and stuff already. And they would just be part of that. Like, then everyone can just kind of be like, well, here's the themes of upcoming issues. Do I fit into this issue? Do I not fit into this issue? And like, yeah. So it'll be me practicing saying no to people. But I think like that would bring about then really high quality work for our
Hmm.
readers. Like I know there's one gal even who we've worked with. I think she's a listener. So so if you know who you are. But I've gotten to she's submitted a number of times and I've gotten to help her with her writing.
Hmm.
We've gone back and forth a number of times and it's been really I've enjoyed it a lot.
Hmm.
And she's gonna have an article in one of our fall issues. So yeah.
Yeah, and that's like super cool because
Mhm.
it was a relationship that developed as
Mhm.
well.
Yeah. It feels more it's fun for me too as I'm thinking about this. This is me thinking out loud. Because when we have like a lot of the community submissions we get, it's just kind of like they submit it. I say, okay, you've been accepted, and then they get the paper, and that's kind of it. Where to have more of like a process where I get to like talk to the person more, it's
Hmm.
like relational. I like that a lot.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
hopefully that's what we'll morph this into. Um, we're still figuring it out. So
yeah, yeah.
if you have submitted something for a fall issue, I'm still going to go through it all, and we might include some things in the issue, but it just won't, your submission won't be filtered in the way maybe it was before, because
Hmm.
since it's not the traditional community page. So that's probably
Yep.
the biggest adjustment in the year
Yeah,
two stuff.
yeah. Otherwise, like you can expect the same like caliber of writing, the same values, themes, like underlying themes, and I
Mhm.
think that's what our readers will really appreciate is that
Mhm.
it's not like we're not straying off
Yeah.
into a whole different realm,
Yeah.
um, just
Oh,
different,
the other big thing
deeper.
is we've been, this is actually another, I think we've kind of hinted at this, but up to this point, we've been very like, more like clear lined a woman's newspaper. And we're actually kind of gonna step away from that a little bit. Um, it will be again, it might be a thing you don't even notice necessarily. But I just know like especially with talking to Josh and talking to other men who've seen our paper and they like enjoy it. Like I know you said your
My brother loves
brother
it.
loves
Yeah.
it, yeah. And so we, I mean, we're primarily a team. We are a team of women. So like it's probably always gonna lean in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're just going to make it a little bit less explicit. Um, like like an article. I think it'll be more rare that there's an article that only applies to women.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually think that's for your benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, And then it kind of opens the door to have some male voices, like Josh writing, and maybe even some more down the road, some
Mm-hmm.
more men. And we just see the value in that because, again, we don't want the paper to feel repetitive. We want it to feel fresh and we want there to be a dynamic and it to breathe and move and all those things. And having a balance in who your writers are helps that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm super excited for that. And there's nothing else to even be said about it. Like it'll be
Mhm.
great. Yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
good. Yeah. So that's kind of like a peek into year two. Um, Truly, truly, truly though, like the best way is just to get a paper. And there's no way around that. Like we wish we could divulge everything to you because we would love to just sit and chat about it, like genuinely. But it's not the same as holding the paper. Like that is why we made it so people could hold it, feel it. It's like a whole tangible experience. That was the whole thing. And so grab a paper. You can still get August. Yeah. And you can still get
Yeah.
September.
Yeah, August, if you subscribed through July 31st,
Mm-hmm.
or 30th, whatever the last day is. Is it 31st this month?
31st.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, if you subscribe in July, you'll get the August issue. If you
Mm-hmm.
subscribe in August, September's will be your first issue.
Yeah. And then truly, I think you'll like giving it 3, 4 months, you'll really start to see the themes, which I think will make you excited for the next months
Mhm.
and the next months because they'll build a little bit on each other, but also you'll like see where it's going. And I think
Mhm.
that's the fun part.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of all we got. You can leave comments like anything that this episode brought up for you that you'd like to see, especially with as we make changes. Any feedback is helpful because like we are readers of the paper, but first and foremost, we're makers of the paper, and it's sometimes hard to like distance yourself
Mhm.
and see it with fresh eyes. So yeah, anything is helpful just for us to mull on and make it better always.
Yeah, always.
So thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.